Okay, exercise 9.5, part 2. This is the same bond that we talked about, okay? So all of these facts still remain the same. Let me again remind you that there's 40 interest periods because they're paying interest twice a year for 20 years. So everything's the same. $41 million, the coupon rate or the face rate is 9%. They're paying the interest semi-annually. There's the interest payment. That's the size of the check they will send out twice a year. But now the market rate and the coupon rate and the face rate line up exactly. Because remember, they tell us on this one, market rate is 9%. Well, this is going to be your favorite kind of problem, okay? And I'll tell you why. I can tell you what the answer is going to be right now without even doing a bloody thing. The issue price is going to be $41 million. Because if a bond sells at market rate, it sells for face value. That's just the rules. That's just the way it works out. But I'm an accountant, so please don't believe me. Make me prove it to you. Here's our screen from before. Everything's going to stay the same except the interest. Now, I've got a weird problem. If you can see the calculator, I can't, and vice versa. So I'm going to switch so I can change the interest rate, and then I'll give it back to you. Okay, the interest rate, the I here, is 4.5%, which is 9%, half of 9%, and the present value I have to change. I have to eliminate that present value and put in the new alpha, the sum we're looking for. So I'll put in alpha, and I'll hit enter. 41 million. So a bond selling at market rate, if the market rate matches the interest rate on the bond, will sell exactly for par. Now you'll notice that the present value is a negative number. That sometimes confuses people. It's a negative number because that's what you have to pay at the beginning to get all of that at the end. So the payment is still $1,845,000. The market interest rate happens to equal ours exactly. It's 4.5%, which, as you remember, is 41 million. Times 9% times 6/12. So that's 4.5%. And that's how we come up with that number right there. And the period's to maturity. Again, remember, this pays interest twice a year. So it's 20 years times 2 periods per year is 40. And that's what you see reflected right there. And number of periods is 40. The effective interest rate, the market interest rate, and the bond rate are 4.5%. The present value is face value. Okay, so that's your new favorite kind of bond problem, because if market rate and face rate are the same, the bond will sell for face value.